If you have back pain, here's 10 minutes to help alleviate it. Do it, I don't know, a few times a week just to make space. Make space in your hips. Okay, so we're going to lie down nice and easy, hands on the belly, and we're just going to focus on the breath really quick. When you inhale, you're going to focus on your diaphragm pulling down, making room for your ribs to expand. When you exhale, it's an active pulling up and in of the diaphragm, and maybe you bring the pelvic floor along with you. Inhale, expand. Diaphragm pulls down. Exhale, pull in. 2 more. Making room for the ribs to expand. Exhale, diaphragm pulls up and in. Maybe you bring the pelvic floor along with you. 1 more. And then find neutral, your neutral pelvis. You should have like somewhat of a space between your low back and the mat. Now when we inhale, we're going to roll forward on our sits bones, roll forward on our pelvis, increasing the distance between our low back and the mat. When we're here, we're inhaling, we're expanding the diaphragm. When we exhale, we're going to press the low back into the mat. The tailbone kind of lifts up towards the ceiling, and we're going to try to pull the pelvic floor up and in. So we're kind of compressing everything this way, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhaling, roll forward. Diaphragm pulls down, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, push the low back into the mat. Bring the pelvic floor along with you. Everything comes up this way. And then 2 more. Inhaling, roll forward. Exhale, take it back. Last one. Then find your neutral spine. Plant the feet on the ground about hip-width distance apart. You're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to press the low back into the mat, lift the tailbone away from the floor, and then the low back, and then the mid back, then maybe a bit of the upper back. So you're kind of rolling your way into this glute bridge. The legs are hugging towards each other, and we're not looking for a back bend at all. We're looking just for knees in line with hips, in line with chest. We're engaging the glutes. And then when you inhale, a nice slow roll all the way back down. The tailbone is the last to touch the ground. We're going to do this 4 more times. Exhale, lift. Nice and slow. Pressing evenly into both feet. Notice if you're favoring one foot or the other. Inhaling to come all the way down. 3 more. Exhale to lift. Really trying to segment through the spine. When you get at the top, squeeze the glutes. The legs are hugging together. We don't want them to touch. They're just hugging. And then inhaling back down. 2 more. Nice strong straight line. Immediately firing up the glutes, pressing in through the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel like a nice tripod. Inhale, come back down. Last one. Hold at the top, engage the core, engage the glutes, and then inhale back down. Okay, we're going to take the right foot and take the blade edge of the right foot and place it onto the left thigh. I'm just going to show you with my other foot. What we don't want is a sickling of the foot. We want the knee to stay stacked on top of the ankle. So this is really nice, strong, and straight. And then we're flexing the foot. You can stay here, but I want you to try to lift the right foot, hug the knee in, and then lower it back down. We're going to try to make this a little bit active. Pull the knee in. Keep the hips really nice, strong, and stable. We're not lifting one hip or letting the hip shift. We're just lifting, holding, and then releasing. We're going to go for 3. And down. 2. And down. Last one. And down. We're going to keep with the right foot. I know I'm backwards, but the right foot on the thigh. We're going to take the hand and press it into the knee. And as you're pressing the hand into the knee, you're going to try to push the knee into the hand. So you're resisting. You're pressing and resisting, and then you're pushing it forward and releasing. Press in and resist, and then push out and release. And then all at the same time while you're continuing these movements, your knee is still stacked on top of your ankle and your foot is still flexed. So we're going to do 3 more, 2, last one. Okay, now same right foot, we're going to kick it up towards the ceiling, flex the foot back towards the face, and just grab on to the back of the leg. You're going to bend the knee as much as you need to get the thigh touching the belly, and then you're going to try to straighten the leg from there. And you're going to release. And we're going to keep the contact between the thigh and the belly. We're not going to let that go as we try to straighten and release. We're going to do this for 5. Release. 4. Keep the hips steady, stable, and not moving. 3. Nice and heavy in the hips. 2. And last one. Then let it go. We're going to switch sides. Left foot this time. Find the thigh. Try not to use your hands. As you exhale, you're going to lift the foot that's on the ground. Lift the foot. Try to bring the package of the legs towards you. And then inhale to release. And then you're going to follow your breath. Exhale to lift. We're still keeping our knee stacked on top of our ankle. Inhale to release. And we're keeping the foot flexed. 2 more. We're keeping the spine neutral and the hips heavy. Last one. And release, but keep the foot on the thigh. Take the hand, press it into the knee, and then resist. We're pushing the knee into the hand and we're resisting with the hand. And then when you release, you're just gently gonna guide the knee forward. But we're keeping the hips nice and level. Press knee into hand and then guide the knee forward. Hips are really nice and heavy, especially the left one. Don't let the left one, or the right one in your case. Don't let the leg that's not doing anything, don't let that hip lift. Press the hand into the knee into the hand. And release. 1 more. And release. Okay, now we're going to hug the knee in towards the chest. Flex, or find your single leg ham stretch first with the foot flexed back towards the face. Then bend the knee. Find that contact between thigh and chest. Then try to straighten the leg as much as you can. And release. And then straighten and engage. And release. Keep both hips heavy. And just nice, calm, slow breathing. We're not forcing ourselves to stretch here. We're just like feeling that little bit of shaky tension and then releasing it. And then 1 more. Okay, then we're slowly going to come all the way up to seated and make our way into deer pose with the right foot forward. So really important, the setup here. The knee, the right knee, is in line with the right hip. And then you have a 90-degree angle with this knee in front. With the back knee, same thing. The left knee is directly in line with the left hip coming out the side, and then you're making a 90-degree angle here. You're going to use your hands for a little bit of guidance, flex the feet, and you're going to slowly, using as little hand pressure as you can to support you, lean forward with a flat back, and then press yourself all the way back up. We're going to do 10. This is 2, press yourself back up. 3, and press. 4, come up. And as we're going about this, you're pressing the back leg, the inside of the back leg into the ground, just as much as you're pressing the outside of the right leg into the ground. So you should feel it a little bit in your left hip as well. And we're really nice and strong and active. We're going to do 3, pressing up, 2, pressing up. Last one, we're going to hold at the bottom just for 3 slow breaths. Pressing the outside of the right leg and the inside of the left leg into the ground. 2 more. Last one. Press yourself all the way back up. We're going to drive the left knee into the ground. You're going to try to lift the back foot and hold for 3, 2, 1, lower. If you're like, this is really easy, try to lean a little bit more into the left hip. And then we lift for 3, 2, 1, lower. We're going to do 3 more. Lift, 3, 2, 1, lower. Keep pressing the outside of the right leg into the ground. 2, 1, lower. Last one, lift, 3, 2, 1, lower. Lean to the right side a little bit and give yourself a windshield wiper. Ooh, that was my hip, back and forth. And then we're going to switch sides. So now we have the left leg in front, the right leg out to the side. Find your setup, super important. Left knee directly in front of left hip, right knee directly to the side of right hip, and we have a 90-degree angle with both legs. If you're finding this impossible, prop your glute up with a pillow or something just to lift the left glute away from the floor a little bit. Using as little hand pressure as possible, we lean forward over the center of the left leg and then lift all the way back up. And keep going, leaning forward, nice flat back. And then use the power of the legs and the hips to bring you back up. This is 3. We're pressing the outside of the left leg into the ground and the inside of the right leg into the ground. 4. Thinking about leading with the chest as you lean forward, find your edge, and then come all the way back up. This is 6, I think. Pressing up. Feet are flexed. 7, engage the core, use the glutes to pull you up. 8, trying to keep the hips in line with each other. This is 9, pull yourself up. 10, we're going to hold 3 breaths. Nice and slow, trying to get the right hip to drop a little bit closer to the ground. 2, 1 more. Press all the way back up. Now we're going to drive the right knee into the ground. Try to sit into the right hip, leaning over to the right hand side as much as you can, and try to lift the right foot. For 3, 2, 1, lower. Lift, 3, 2, 1, lower. Lift, 3, 2, 1, lower. 2 more, 2, 1, lower, lift, 3, 2, 1, lower down, lean over to the left, give yourself a little windshield wiper back and forth. Okay, and then the last one we're gonna do is just for the hamstrings. We're gonna prop ourselves up a little bit. We'll start with the right foot forward. Really important here to keep your hips on top of your left knee. We're not like sinking back, but we're really nice and upright. We're going to use the hands to reach and pull ourselves forward, and then just take a couple windshield wipers of the foot back and forth. So you're opening through the hip, trying to think about touching the blade edge of your foot onto the ground, and then rolling all the way back to the other side. 3, 2, last one. And we're just gonna hold, drive the ankle or the heel into the ground, a little bend to the knee, and try to lift and hover your hands. 3, 2, keeping a little bend to the knee, super important. 1 more. And then coming up, and then just switching sides. Our left foot goes forward. Our setup, right hip over top of right knee. Nice and tall, reaching forward. If you can't find the ground with the hands, grab blocks, water bottles, 2 cups, whatever. We're gonna open the hip, trying to get the blade edge of the left foot to touch the ground, and then close off the hip. This is 2. This is 3. and 4. Last one. And then find center, little bend to the knee, drag the heel into the ground and see if you can lift yourself up a little bit. 3. Think about pulling back on the left hip. 2. 1. Dragging the foot back, right foot comes outside of the hip, sink the hips low into Malasana. And this is where I will leave you. Stretch open the hips, press the knees into the elbows, elbows into knees. Maybe tuck the tailbone under you a little bit and hold your Malasana as long as you can. Our goal is to get the heels on the ground. If this is ridiculous, pop a block underneath the hips and then just focusing on the opening of the knees and pressing the knees into the elbows. We have like a clash of forces here. And let me know if it helped. Let me know if you need something more. Yeah, I hope that your back pain is not horrible. I've been there and it is horrible. Thank you.